Deadwax. What's up, all you Polska kielbasas? And welcome to the Deadwax Show with Waffles and the Stooge. Get out of the groove and get into the Deadwax. I am Waffles, and as always, I am joined by my older brother and best friend, Stooge. Stooge, how are you this fine summer day?
I'm doing good, Waffles. What in the hell was that you said at the beginning? Welcome all you what?
Polska kielbasas.
Polska kielbasa. Is that like
You know what a kielbasa
a
is?
Danish delicacy or something? I don't
It's
know.
a German sausage. A Polska kielbasa.
So I was in the right area.
You were in the right area. You and your sausages. You just know them sausages.
Yeah, that's what it was. No, I said a
Yeah, that's what it
delicacy,
was.
but I guess a sausage could technically be a delicacy.
But it comes from a delicatessen. So, see?
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm doing good. How about you, my friend?
I'm great. I'm great. We're starting this off strong, man.
Yep. As always,
As always, we do tend to start things off pretty strong here on the Dead Wax Show. But no, I'm doing great. I went to a great concert yesterday, so
yes, you went to the concert, and I'm sure we're gonna hear that record that you got, right? I'm sure you got that.
Maybe. Yeah.
And your story of the girl.
Yes, this is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world.
Who took a set list and gave it to Chris. And even though it's really just trash, he put it on his record cover.
When she smiles. By the way, speaking of Chris, you were featured on Fro Live on Instagram. You were one of their diggers of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a friend send me your image and say, his name is Brent? Because I just call you Stooge. And I refer to you as Stooge to everybody. And so this person, there's like a good friend of mine, and they were like, that's his name? Yeah. and even when they said it to me, I was like, it's weird for me to call him that. So yeah, it's Stooge.
I also had that happen this week. Oh shoot, what's her name? I think it's Kelly. She's the aeronautics. I'm so bad with usernames. The way I know if someone's talking to me is usually by their profile picture.
That's funny. You're a visual learner.
Visual learner. Let me go to my messages. Do I go to friends? Where do I go to?
You're talking about Kelly that set up the vinyl swap thing?
Yeah.
Her name is,
I think she goes by, is she Vinyl Impulse on?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. So she goes by like she's like lives in Florida, does like it works with NASA and stuff like that also. Yep. So on Instagram she got like this aerospace something name, I can't remember. Anyways, she's really cool. But she also reached out to me asking about the vinyl holiday swap. And she had the same reaction, like, oh wait, your name's Brent? Like I never knew your name. I always everyone just calls you Stooge. I'm like, yeah, that's really all anyone says. I said I told her when I started my account, over 2 years ago, I didn't expect to make these kind of connections and friends and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it was pretty funny that that's happening again. His name's Brent because honestly, Brent's kind of a, I don't know, lame, boring name in my opinion.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, I just burped and coughed at the same time. Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
I know. I'm gonna explode. Do you remember when we started talking on TikTok? I had to like dig your name out of you. Because usually when you meet someone, you go like, hi, I'm this person. And I make my name public and everything, but you don't make yours. And so like we started talking on Instagram and DMs, and I was like, by the way, what is your name? Oh, well, whatever.
It's first name Vinyl, last name Stooge. Anyways.
Middle name Sexy.
Speaking of like making cool connections and stuff like this, through these social media platforms.
Yes.
Next week, I'm going to be heading to Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
For work. I'm going to be there from like the 13th through the 18th or something like that. Anyways, I had a few options to select from to go. I could have got, I think Indiana was on the list.
Okay.
And what was another place? I can't remember. But because I knew like, Shakuna and Benny and Ecto Cooler Ghost, aka Danny the Savage, all live there. I'm like, oh man, I'll go to Detroit. I get to meet those guys. So
heck yeah, man.
So yeah, I'm going to Detroit, and we haven't said anything in concrete yet because coincidentally, they have like 2 concerts to go to that week, like back to back.
Yeah.
So, but I'm expecting that we'll probably meet up and like get something to eat or something like that. And that, which is
I'm
like
so jealous.
kind of cool because like I've never met these guys. If it wasn't for this stupid app,
Seriously.
never would have met any of them. So, excuse me, I just burped now too.
There's something in our
something
liquids.
in the air tonight. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that
is so cool, dude.
That's kind of.
I'm so jealous. I love those 3. Please have the best time, and please take pictures and FaceTime me when you're sitting in bed cuddling with them or whatever. Like,
do you want me to give them each a kiss on the neck for you?
Please, please, and wear just like the darkest red lipstick you can, so it just stays there forever.
And in case anyone's wondering who we're talking about, they've got their own show now called Beside Ourselves. Is that what it's called?
Beside Ourselves.
Yeah, so you can go follow and listen to them as well. They
got
do like live
3 episodes,
too.
I think, now with the
trio
main cast, with the trio. Yeah, the main cast,
the new cast, the new cast,
the new cast on the block. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
And they've all been on our show, so hopefully our listeners will recognize all of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe. Unless they only listen, then they might not recognize them.
Exactly. But hey. Dude, we need to keep going. Do you have any pickups this week from new records you added to your collection?
I only have one pickup this week. It was a slow week of pickups. But I've got a really cool pickup to share.
Ooh.
And it is my Stranger Things season 4 soundtrack. Now this is the actual music soundtrack. So Running Up That Hill, Master of Puppets, Psycho Killer, all the freaking jams are on this. And actually, let me move this out.
And that has like the remix of the Journey song, right? Separate Ways.
Yeah, Separate Ways, which is
bomb.
Insanely good. Yeah,
so
good. Then you also got like California Dreamin'. What else? You Spin Me Round. There's just so many good songs in Detroit Rock City, Wipeout, Rock Me Amadeus, Dream a Little Dream. There's just so many good songs on here, and
seriously,
I'm really glad to have this. But still, very much looking forward to my copies of the original soundtrack.
Yes,
by like Kyle Dixon and some other guy. Anyways, they make the 80s synth sound score stuff. So anyways,
that artwork on that album is insanely cool. If you can't see it, if you're just listening to this episode, the artwork for that Stranger Things is just so sick.
Yep. Looks like a big vagina's on the cover, huh?
Yikes, man. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now you'll be in the upside
here
down.
is the clitoris.
Dear Lord, Stooge. Dear Lord. Oh my God.
I was trying to help out.
I appreciate that's important
that. Stuff to know.
Everybody is listening is appreciating it too. You freaking son of a gun. How we haven't been canceled yet, I don't know, but that'll do it. That'll be it.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the numbers yet. People are leaving in droves.
Yes, they are. The people that weren't there are already leaving.
Yeah.
I got some pickups.
How about your pickups?
I had
anything with a vagina on it?
Sweet goodness, dude. I got a bunch of records this week, so I'm just showing 4 because I got a lot. But you can see 2 of gosh dang, I hate this inverted camera. You can see 2 of them right there. No pressure in silence creation. First one. This one's a very big deal. This is the album "We Are the Romans" by Botch, and it came on a blue and black smash. B-side. Smash. Botch was one of the first chaotic metalcore bands from the late 90s, early 2000s. And how many bands have copied Botch since? It's in the millions. But this album, they only made it on vinyl once ever. And now, what is so funny?
millions of chaotic deathcore metal bands.
No. Millions of metal bands have copied Botch since.
Oh.
I'm telling you. Anyway, maybe hundreds of thousands. Gosh, sorry for the semantics, freaking Stooge. Anyway, they have not pressed this in years and years and years. So they finally repressed it again. I was very excited. These sold out very quickly, so I was stoked to get one. And now I have it.
Good job.
Thanks, pal. Botch. I think they have this album, and then they have one EP, and then they broke up. So they only had a little bit of music, and to have it on vinyl is a rare thing.
They botched that relationship, that's for sure.
Good work. Okay, next one. you can see one of the records. I'm so bad at this inverted camera. You can see one of the records right here, but I also got another record by The Sound That Ends Creation. This is one of the more wild bands I listen to. This is just a single guy. His name is Chris Deering. He just, when he plays, he has a guitar and like a headset mic, and he screams, and the music is all over the place. There's piano mixed with wild, wild, wild intensity. And fun fact, The Sound That Ends Creation, I would say, has the wildest song names of any band I listen to. So just a few off of this album. The human race makes mistakes, and you're the worst I've seen so far. A dead rat falling from the ceiling onto a table at Buffalo Wild Wings. Shoving an M80 into a super wasp nest. Nothing ruins Friday more than understanding that today is Tuesday. Bees don't care what humans think. So they're just bananas. The Sound That Ends Creation. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And this pressing is really pretty too. It is a blue and like a blood yellow, orange, green splatter. Okay. Next one. Sorry, I'm just got so many cats. I'm so excited. Next one. So this is actually a shout out to Benny, if he's listening. Hopefully he's listening. And to our buddy Steven, Beards and Breakdowns Vinyl in Australia. They posted about this band, and I was like, oh, I'll check it out. And
let's get pop punk then.
It is. And easily one of the best albums I've heard in 2022. This is their debut album. This is the band Arm's Length. The album is called Never Before Seen, Never Again Found. And it is beyond incredible. This band's from Ontario. So you know what to say about those Canadians, right? I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry. But anyway, and this album came out really, really pretty.
Oh,
pink and white smash. But Arm's Length, they're so freaking good. I listen to that album, I think on Wednesday is when I started listening to it. And then I just kept playing it the whole day. It was on a loop because I was like, this album is so freaking good. Play it again. Played it. And then I tagged Benny in a post and said, I tagged Benny and Steven. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you for this. And then Benny was like, remind me where I told you about that. I think it was Twitter. So then Benny tweeted about, oh my gosh, I have a Utah homie and an Australian homie who are getting into Arm's Length. And then I commented and said, hey, I'm the Utah homie. And then Arm's Length tweeted and they said, are you coming to our Salt Lake show on Saturday? And I didn't even know about it. And I was like, absolutely I am. For freaking sure I am. So then this is where our story comes. So Arm's Length played with Young Culture. I really like Young Culture. I didn't know they were playing either. I just should have known. I should have. But I didn't. Like a fool. Anyway, so go to the concert. Arm's Length did absolutely incredible. And here's the record Stu mentioned before that I'm very excited to show everybody. The other thing is, Arm's Length played. That's where I got that record, was at the show. Got a hoodie as well. Fantastic band. Really nice guys too. And Canadians, they're so polite. They're so sweet. So polite and sweet guys. But Young Culture. So one thing really cool that Young Culture did, they have a new album coming out, their second album. Their first one is right here. If you're just listening, those aren't farts. I was pointing to the album behind me. People just think, this is the album right here, and then I farted. Anyway.
That's what I had my eyes closed. I thought that's what was happening too.
They have their first album, but their second album comes out on November 11th, which is next Friday. Or the current Friday, if you're listening to this episode on Monday. And they have the album already on vinyl, like for this tour, but they never got the jackets for them. They just got the actual vinyl. So here's the vinyl that they've released. It's on a Coke bottle green with like a cool white and green and orange splatter. Really, really well done splatter. But one thing that they did that I thought was really cool is, instead of like being like, well, we can't sell the vinyl, there's no jackets, they took a bunch of plain white jackets. And then they used Sharpies to draw different art on each one. And they've sold 5 at each show. They can only sell 5. They only have 100 for the whole tour. So I bought one, and it's just they just drew this little logo for Young Culture, and they wrote their album name, You Had to Be There, LP2. And they had 5 different options at the table. I was the first one to get one. And they were just like, just choose whichever one you want. And it was so freaking cool. So this is like a 1 out of 1 album cover, because they made each one unique. So super exciting. Nice. Oh, and then Stooge mentioned the little set listing. So then, picture it. Young Culture played. Absolutely incredible. I really like that band, but I've never seen them live, and I've been dying to, and it was really, really fun. I mentioned before there's only like 20 or 30 people there, but only a few of us were into Young Culture. Not everybody was jumping around and getting crazy, but I was. I had a great time, and so was a woman next to me. And the woman next to me was singing along to every song, singing her heart out. She was really into it. And right when they were done, she grabbed the set list that their bassist Gabe was using, and she hands it to me and says, "This is yours." And it was so nice of her, because she didn't need to do that. I could tell that she was a very big fan. Could have took it for herself. And she gave it to me, and then I taped it to the back of this 1 out of 1 jacket, just so I have it forever. So there you go. Now I have a set list from that show, and I have a record cover just from that show. So it was just a memorable experience all around, Stooge.
What you should do is you should get like a gold chain and wear that album around your neck.
I love that.
It's like Paul Logan does. Logan Paul.
Paul Logan.
With his Pikachu card.
Yes. And it'll be like Flavor Flav because it's a record, so it'll be huge.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She get all the Taylor Swift albums and make a huge clock.
I love that. But do you know what I'm going to do right away? Get the Taylor Swift albums, then get a key and just scratch each one and then wear them just so they know.
Wow. That is
just so they know.
A lot of hate. In your...
Sociopathic, some have said.
Okay. You are the anti-hero. That's for sure.
Yes. I am the Black Adam of Swifties.
No, anti-hero is like one of the songs on her new album.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I didn't know. Sexy baby. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't care about Taylor Swift. Heads up, everybody, if you didn't know already.
All right. Well, there you go. There's pickups.
Well, there you go. There's our pickup. Sorry that took so long.
Yep. Took a long time. Good job,
Time.
Waffles.
Sorry. We should launch into today's topic if anybody's still listening because it's...
I love how we're keeping with the theme of launching, you know.
We're launching into today's topic. You know what we're almost launching? We're launching like the Houston Astros did at the World Series.
Because Chris follows me.
Did you guys know? Did you guys know?
Did we talk about this before the show or during this? I think it was before.
Before. Did you guys know that the Houston Astros won the World Series? Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. That is wild.
Pretty stellar performance.
Do you know what the series was when they won it? Like, was it like 3 games?
It was like Series 7, right? I think it was 8, maybe 8.
Let's jump into the topic. I don't know. I didn't watch it either. But...
Oh, sick! I don't even know what you're asking. So cool.
I just love how you're like bringing it in, even though you
watch. I love sports. Do you know what I mean? We like sports, and we don't care who knows.
Yeah, we love sports.
We love sports. Let's talk about
Lonely Island.
Topic.
Okay. Speaking
of the Lonely Island, that they had a soundtrack in that movie that they made. The movie was called
Born to Rockstar.
Yeah.
I will never say never. Never stop stopping. Something.
Anyway, that they made a movie and that movie had a soundtrack. And do you know what else has a soundtrack, Stooge? Our lives.
Our lives do have a soundtrack.
Our lives have a soundtrack. So what we've done today for today's topic is Stooge and I have compiled a list of the soundtracks of our lives. We've got 5 songs each, and we don't know what each other's going to say or what part of our lives we're describing.
We should have
just pitched 5 songs.
Yeah, we should have made soundtracks for each other and seen how that would have gone.
That was so funny. Except all of mine would have been like the worst songs on the planet. So
yeah, so would have mine. So
yeah. Every song is a Creed song for both of us.
That or Nickelback.
Exactly. Imagine Dragons. Okay. Do you want to just start? Give us your 5. I don't know if we need to go back and forth on this one because it might just be better for you to go.
Sure.
All the
we
way
can
through.
do that. I'll give you my 5 real quick.
Do it. Let's do it.
I believe you mentioned when you told me what we were doing today, but I also need to come up with the title for my movie.
Yes.
Since this is my life as a movie,
yeah.
I would be played by I don't know. I don't know who would play.
Jim Gaffigan would play you. We've talked about this before.
I'm not that pale and I've got more hair. Anyway,
we'll give him a wig. Sorry.
We'll give him a wig.
We'll give him a wig.
Give him a wig.
Bronzer and a wig.
I think I'd be best played like a fat Chris Pratt. You know, not like the
like
strong and strapping. Yeah, the Parks and Recs Chris Pratt.
Absolutely. I'd love that.
Anyways, all right. Or a young Jack Black maybe, but
totally.
I'm not as charismatic as Jack Black is. All right. So my movie title would be Pride and Prejudice and Pizza.
That is so funny, dude. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Because as much as I like to think like, oh, I'm a very humble person, or I'm a very understanding and enlightened and all that stuff. I take inventory of my life and my actions sometimes, and I'm like, man, I still got a lot of things I got to work out to figure out. I still make a lot of mistakes. Anyways, so with that in mind, and I'm also poor. I'm like the who's who's the girl in that one that's played by what's her face with
In
the
Pride and
jawline?
Prejudice.
Yeah.
I don't know the characters' names. Are you talking about Keira Knightley?
Yes, Keira Knightley. What is her damn name? I've seen this movie 100 times because it's my wife's favorite movie.
Oh, nice.
And I'm even forgetting the main guy's name, and he's like super popular too. Why I should have
Mr.
looked this up.
Darcy.
Yeah, Darcy. Good job.
Thank you.
Darcy, and then the other girl, Keira Knightley. I'd be Keira Knightley. Super prejudiced.
You would be Keira Knightley.
Judgmental and quick
You're
to
always Keira Knightley.
Yeah. Anyways, I need to be more of a Darcy. But
so deep. Yeah.
But the character though of Keira Knightley's is she's passionate, and that's another thing. Like she has her beliefs and she acts on them. So
yes.
Anyways. So enough about Pride and Prejudice. So my first song that I picked is, I think, Loser by Beck would be a good fit.
Nice.
One, I like that song, and Beck's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
But I think it also just kind of like, do I think I'm a literal loser? No. But do I think I have like loser tendencies? For sure. And I think this is a fun song to kind of encapsulate that myself. Like, even my name, Vinyl Stooge, you could tell I'm not one to really take myself super serious.
Yeah.
Even though it might be beneficial for myself and those around me if I did. So Loser by Beck, I think, is a good song that would be on there. Another one, because religion used to play a huge part in my life, all the way from my childhood up until, I don't know, about 5 years ago, would be the song Hombre Religioso by Mr. Loco from the Nacho Libre soundtrack.
Yes.
You know that song?
You love that song. I do know that song.
I do love Nacho Libre. I love that song. I just felt like I was, for a big part of my life, I would consider myself religious. I'm a religious man, and so I feel like that would be appropriate. But like it's I'm a religious man in kind of a fun, light way, and not an overbearing, hateful way.
Yeah,
like some other people like to practice
that's
religion.
Puritan. Yeah.
So anyways, so I figured that would be another good one to add to the list.
Yeah.
So far kind of fun and light. Then the first serious song would be I guess these next three are kind of the more the serious, because I feel like my life, everyone's life, you have your highs and you have your lows. I feel like some of these kind of address the lows in a way, or just maybe your overall outlook on the way your life has gone. So like number 3, I got Thumbing My Way by Pearl Jam, which is really like a reflection by Eddie Vedder on his life and how sometimes he's, gone for things that seemed more appealing, even though maybe they weren't the right thing to do. And then also just talking about hope. And even though, we make mistakes or things are going bad, things can always turn around and be good again. So, one quote I always use for that song is, I might have even told you before, but he says, there's a line in that song that says, no matter how cold the winter, there's a springtime ahead. Kind of like, just providing that hope. And anyway, so Thumbing My Way. And it's like, it's mostly acoustic guitar, but there is like little, like, a little bit of drums in the background. But so it's more of a somber song, I would say, for sure.
Love it.
Next one I have down here is Twin Size Mattress by the Front Bottoms.
Heck yeah.
I feel like this song, and for me, it like encapsulates the like times in your life where it's like you. How do I describe it? Because like it reminds me of my before I got, like, between coming home from my mission and then before I get married. It's like that time, my single life.
Okay.
I don't know, just dealing with all the ups and downs of that time as well. So that's why I picked that song. I won't get any more into it, but then the last
I honestly
one,
hope that you're cursed forever to sleep on a twin size mattress.
Exactly.
Your nightmares are going to have nightmares.
Yep. It's a great song. Yeah. And then the last one I have here is actually a song that this year, like, really started to mean a lot to me. And it's, I think because, I've since moving here to Utah, I don't think it's been any secret to you. Maybe not to our listeners, but I really don't like it here that much. And it's not that there's necessarily anything wrong with Utah. I'm just like I grew up in California, and where I lived in California, that's like it's just like home, you know.
Yeah.
Even though it's Fresno, California, which is nothing to be like super proud or excited about, but that's where I grew up. That's what's home. Where 3 hours from anything, basically, like 3 hours from the beach, less than 3 hours from Yosemite. I could drive up 3+ hours and be in the Bay Area. I could drive up to Sacramento, down to LA. It's pretty centrally located. There's a lot of stuff to do if you want to get out of town. And then once again, just because it's home and it's warmer, everything like that. So the last 2 years of my life, like there's been like an underlying, I don't want to say depression, but somberness that I felt. And I feel like this song has kind of like, it touches on that feeling, but then also provides the hope of like it talks about like, you got all these sad feelings, maybe it's anger, sadness, whatever. Then they talk about letting it go, and it provides, once again, just kind of that hope, even though I don't know, things might not be going the way you want it to be. And I think that's kind of my outlook has always been on life, is I can acknowledge and see like there's things that aren't great, things that could be better. At the same time, though, just trying to enjoy life and maybe appreciating what I do have. So I know maybe that's taken a lot from one song, but that's just I just really, this year it's really been impactful to me, so I wanted to add it to my soundtrack list. Anyways,
What song was it?
Iridescent by Linkin
You never
Park.
said what the song was.
Oh, I never said what the song is. Oh my god!
It was this huge build up, and I was like, or maybe you did say it, and I just didn't hear.
No, I probably did it.
It was a huge build up, and I was like, "What's the song?"
What's the song, Stooge?
Iridescent by Linkin Park.
Oh wow! Everyone's like, "What is he talking about?" That must have been a very long one.
No, I was like, this is a build up, man. This is exciting.
Did it pay off? Was it the payoff?
Iridescent by Linkin Park absolutely paid off. I loved it.
All right, so those are my
soundtrack.
5 for Pride,
Love
Prejudice, and Pizza. Yeah,
Pride, Prejudice, and Pizza, and you're being played by either young Jack Black, Jim Gaffigan with a wig, or who was the other one?
Fat Chris Pratt.
Fat Chris Pratt. That's right, Chris Pratt. There you go, man. I wish my name of my movie was more clever, because I just went with like a quick instant, like, oh, that would be funny. And my movie is called The God Waffle Truth instead of The God Awful Truth. Yeah. And I this is such a cheap answer for me to say who's going to play me, but I think the person that could best do it is Tilda Swinton, right? Yeah. Like Tilda Swinton with a bodysuit and she can do anything, and I think she could do it. So anyway, Tilda Swinton and The God Waffle Truth. So I did my soundtrack just a touch different. I did mine more in like sections of my life. Gotcha. And like what song sort of like summed up that part of my life, and also just like the song I was listening to a lot. So for my like childhood, for like growing up in elementary school and all of those years, I went with I Want to Be Sedated by the Ramones, because first off, that was the first exactly 24 hours to go. I want to be sedated.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you. So, fun fact, I got into that song because it's on the Daddy Daycare soundtrack. And I got the Daddy Daycare soundtrack on CD when I was in 4th grade. And we had like, did you guys ever have this? Where our teacher did that thing where like she would put some points on the board if we were like good. And then if we got so many points, we would get to have like a day where we all brought our Discman and we could just listen to music. Did you guys ever do that?
No, they did something like that, but as if we were bad, and then they give us lashes at the end of the day.
Yikes.
However many strikes were on the wall. That's how many lashes each child
You went
got.
to the school from Matilda, apparently. Holy cow. Anyway, so I got a Discman, and my mom bought me the Daddy Daycare soundtrack because I didn't have a CD to take. And that song was on there. And I remember like sitting at my desk and clicking the back button over and over and over again because I loved it so much. And it's also a great song. It's a great song because it introduced me to punk rock and the Ramones. But it's also literally a song about like this sucks, I want to die. And that has been my attitude since then.
I thought it was this sucks, I want to get wasted.
Do you know what being sedated means? It does not mean you want to drink. It means that you want to be put down.
Well, you just want to be, not conscious of your...
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, for that, the elementary school growing up, I Want to Be Sedated, because not only is it a great song, introduced me to punk rock, but also just sums up what my childhood was like. Of just like, yeah, let's get this over with.
I just wish I was dead.
I just wish I was dead. I mean,
Like any
that never
childhood.
changed. Yeah, that never changed. To sum up my teenage years, so we're talking like junior high, middle school years. Um, I went with a song by Fall Out Boy, which is the first song off their album, Take This to Your Grave. It is called Tell That Mick That He Just Made My List of Things to Do Today. Freaking great song, first off. Like, I will still bop Fall Out Boy all the time. I love Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
And the magic of Fall Out Boy, I've mentioned this before on the show. I got into Fall Out Boy because it's a Simpsons reference. I had never heard the band, never didn't know what they sounded like, and I just bought the CD because I thought they were going to sound good if they liked the Simpsons. And then that's the first song I heard by that band because it was the first CD I bought from them. And one thing that's really great about that chorus is that it says, let's play this game called When You Catch Fire, I Wouldn't Piss to Put You Out. And that like, I don't know, that like gave me an edge as a teenager to be like, that is so cool. I wouldn't waste my pee on you. Like, I think, and that like helped develop my sense of humor to what it was. So not only did I love that song, but also great attitude too. If you want to mess around, I wouldn't waste my pee on you. Sorry.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Wouldn't waste my pee. So there you go. That's junior high. Now we're into high school. And one song. Okay, what we have to emphasize when I was in high school, when I was in like 9th grade and 10th, 11th, and 12th, is where we had when MySpace was really popular and also losing popularity because Facebook like existed towards my end of high school. But I was on MySpace a lot when I was in like 9th grade. And the very first band that I ever got into that was not like big, that was an underground band, is a band called Drop Dead Gorgeous. Drop Dead, Gorgeous. Fantastic wordplay. And every band I had listened to on MySpace, I already knew about. Like, I had seen music videos on Fuse TV or whatever, and I had like heard before. But this was the very first band that didn't have very many followers that I was like, ooh, I like this. And their song is called Dress for Friend Requests. So not only is it just a freaking great song with lots of screaming and a piano, but like that, the whole MySpace existence I had and being on that, and then here we are now today. I have been a social media geek since then. So literally Dress for Friend Requests is my life because I love social media. Social media is how I have a career. It is my life outside of this. You guys know my social media existence. That's ironic. Social media is what I do for my job. It's what I do like for fun. I love social media a lot, and it's how I meet some of my best friends. So there you go. So Dress for Friend Request by Drop Dead Gorgeous, that's on there because not only is that my passion of social media, but like literally that song is why I got into underground music. I got such a kick off of being like, no, I don't know anybody that knows this band. And it's not like I'm one of those that's like, ooh, I know a band you don't. That doesn't matter to me. It's literally like I love the passion that underground bands have because it is all about passion. They're not making hardly any money. They're not doing it because they have to. They do it for fun and they do it because they love it. And that like fuels my fire. You guys know this. To this day, I still love bands that have only like a few followers because the fun of it. Okay, so that's number 3. I'm so sorry they're taking forever. Number 4 is when I was in college. What song I picked? My college experience took much longer than most people. It took me 6 years to get a 4-year degree. I changed my major 3 times and I went to 3 different schools. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Also a very rough time of life. We all know this. When you're in college, that is a very hard few years of being an adult. Anyway, but the song I went with for my college experience, I discovered the band, the Black Dahlia Murder, when I was in college. And they have a song called What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse. The song is actually about Castlevania, the video game. It sums up, I believe, all Castlevania 2, maybe the first one. I don't remember. Anyway, it's the story of Castlevania as a death metal song. And what I love is, of course, you guys know this. I adore the Black Dahlia Murder. I love that band. But that song is literally about like what it feels like to fight vampires and have them win, and maybe you're gonna die. And when I was in college, because
of course
I changed my major so many times, because I went to so many different schools, I often felt like I'm not going to graduate college. There's no way I can do this. I changed from journalism to public relations after I basically finished a journalism degree. So I pushed off college, like extended it longer than it should have on purpose. So I made a lot of my own problems. But that song, I played it a lot in college. It's a favorite song, but it also just, that feeling of like fighting is what I felt like, because when I changed majors, I wanted to graduate as fast as I could. So I took 20 credit hour semesters for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Mhm.
I was almost for like 2 years. I had classes from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Like my life was college. I was at school all the time. I still lived with my parents too, because I couldn't afford to not. So
hard times, bro.
Yeah, it was freaking horrible. But I graduated. It's over now, and the vampire is slain.
Just on that same note, I took a while too. Like when I got back from my mission, I immediately went and took a year of city college in Fresno.
Yeah.
Then I stopped going because I got a job, and I didn't go back until I was not living in Las Vegas. This must have been like 1, 2, 3 years later. I took like a 3-year hiatus.
Yeah.
And I was a psych major, so I started working on my psych degree some more, and did about, I don't know, probably another year or two of that. Then decided, you know what? Instead of being a school psychologist, which is what I was aiming for, it's like maybe I should be a physician's assistant because they make more, you know? So we start taking all those hard science classes. And after a year and a half of solid B's and C's, I'm like, I'm not going to get in any program after this.
That's hard, dude. That stuff's hard.
And so after a year and a half, I switched back to psychology, and then it took me like one more year, and I was doing the same thing. Like, just let me crank it out, 20 units a semester. Let me just crank that out. Got a master's degree in sports administration, and now I'm a training manager.
Yeah, I would love to do like a pie chart or a Venn diagram of people who work in the field that they got their degree in. Because I work in marketing and mine's in professional communication, so whatever.
Yeah, you know, I've had plenty of opportunities to work in sports. You know, it's just that everything's so entry level, and it doesn't really is. It doesn't pay. If it was just me. And I don't know, I was, what do they call those kids who got a landfill of money coming from their parents called?
Trust fund kid?
Trust fund kid. I was a trust fund kid, boom, all day. But no, I got a family and I got to pay my bills with my own money.
I would kill to be a trust fund kid.
Oh, it's got to be the best, right?
Awesome. Last song I'll get for my soundtrack. This is just to sum up what my life has been like since the pandemic. So now we're, almost 3 years, coming on 3 years, probably 2.5 since some changes since the pandemic started. And that is to sum up both my friendship with you and this podcast. And that is Steady As She Goes by the Raconteurs.
Oh, nice.
Because not only do you love that song, do you love Jack White, and we saw him play it live, but also that's what life needs to be, right? Is that things got very uncertain a couple of years ago, because that's right when I started my master's degree. I had just moved to a different city. I was in a place I didn't know anybody. And I did not make videos online yet. And so it was a lot of when it all started happening.
I mean, you were doing TikTok, you just weren't doing the other videos online.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, I wasn't making money from those ones. Yeah. But same thing. That's a good attitude, is when things get uncertain, steady as she goes, man.
Yeah. Cool. I thought you were going to say, what's that Adam Sandler song off of The Wedding?
Somebody Kill Me, Please. Yeah. I read your brain so well on that.
That's my pandemic song.
Amen. I love that song.
We should
unironically,
we should do a pandemic soundtrack episode.
We should do a pandemic soundtrack episode, dude. That's such a good idea.
Oh man,
I'm writing that one down. That's a great
idea.
All
right, add it to the list.
Add it to the list. So anyway, we have Pride and Prejudice
pandemic playlist.
Pride and Prejudice and Pizza, starring Fat Chris Pratt, and then we have The God Waffle Truth with Tilda Swinton in a wig. So.
And a wig.
Those are our movies.
You mean prosthetics?
She'll have to have a wig too.
She'll wig or
just she'll be bald. She'll be bald. I have to emphasize that. You can't play me and not be bald.
All right.
So there's our soundtracks. Look at that. We did some things.
We did it. We got through the topic.
We got through the topic. And only once vaginas get mentioned. Yeah. All right, you got some trivia for us?
I do got some trivia for you, my friend.
Some trivia crack.
This week, a little band known as Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix.
Came out with a new album. Oh, it's pronounced Phoenix. Oh,
I
didn't know
For those who don't know.
I thought it was Phoenix.
Pahonix. Yeah.
Anyways, Phoenix had a new album today, so I figured, let's do some trivia on them because it'll be
Awesome.
relevant.
I know very little about Phoenix, so
well, I think you'll get some of these right because I make
Okay.
these questions and try to make it to where you'll get them right. So,
look at that. You're the best.
10 questions.
Here we go.
If you get, let's say, let me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll say there is 16 points. If you get 8 or more points, you will be, let's say, Alpha Zulu. There you go.
Sure.
If you get less than 8, you're bankrupt. All right.
Okay. Deal.
So, are you ready to do this, my friend?
I'm so ready.
Okay. I need you to tell me which country Phoenix is from.
United States. Not the United States.
Not the United States.
Sweden.
Not Sweden.
Okay. Where is it?
They're from France.
Oh.
Oui.
We call ourselves Phoenix. Yeah. Well, there you go.
You fat American slob. How'd you not know we made Phoenix?
I know, seriously.
All right, so that's -1. All right.
Yeah.
How many albums do they have?
6.
Oh, you're so close.
Ugh.
It's 7.
I said 6 because it rhymes with Phoenix.
6 in Phoenix. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is where you can start making some points, okay?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'll give you a point for every Phoenix album that you can name.
Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix.
There you go. That's 1.
The Phoenix self-titled album.
Nope.
End of list. I don't know a single other one.
I'll give you a hint. What You Could Be is the name. After this is done, we do the
Winner.
scores. No. Like,
Successful.
what are the titles I
Alpha
just said?
Zulu.
There's another one.
A Bankrupt.
There you go.
See, I'm killing it.
You're almost halfway there to be an Alpha Zulu.
Whoa. They have an album called Rise from the Ashes.
No.
They have one called Fox. They
Nope.
have one called Listomania.
They have a song called that.
I don't know anymore.
All right. First, so here we go. It's United, Alphabetical. It's Never Been Like That, and then the other one you didn't get is Ti Amo.
Te Amo.
Yeah.
Well, it's never been like that.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Thank you. Yeah.
at least you got 3 of them. You know. You got
Hey,
3 points.
3 of them, and you gave me
got
2
3.
before.
See, I'm helping you, bro. I got your back.
Thank you so much, dude.
All right. What year did they release their first album, United?
2000 and
Stop. You got it.
2000. You are holding my hand for a lot of this. As someone that knows one Phoenix song.
There you go. You got it, buddy. You said 2000.
They've been around since 2000.
They've been around since longer than that. That's just when their first album came out.
That's crazy. I never
Yeah.
would have guessed that. Well, there you go.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Okay.
In 2010, this album won a Grammy for Best Alternative Album of the Year.
Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix.
You got it.
Hey.
All right, give yourself another point. Were you like 5 now?
I know. Can you believe?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Lead singer Thomas Mars is married to this female movie director who directed the films The Virgin Suicides and Lost in Translation.
I have no idea who directed those movies.
Okay, do you want another hint?
Sure.
She is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola. The guy who directed the Godfather film. Her last name is Coppola.
And her first name has to be Francine.
No.
Dang it.
It's Sophia. So, no point there.
Sofia Vergara directed those. That's crazy.
Sophia Coppola.
I did not know that. He's married to Sofia Coppola.
Yeah. Wild, right? I thought the same thing.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's wild.
Here we go.
Yeah.
The song, I should say Too Young, which is the name of one of their songs, was used on this 2001 Jack Black rom-com film soundtrack.
Shallow Hal.
Very good.
Hey.
Good job. Is that what you had? 6?
I may not know Phoenix, but I know Jack Black's discography. Yikes. His resume. Yikes. I'm at
All
6.
right.
You are correct.
All right. You got 3 more questions to get 8. Okay.
Okay.
Phoenix appeared on this 2015 Netflix holiday special in which they covered the Beach Boys song "Alone on Christmas Day" with Bill Murray.
As in the song is called "Alone on Christmas Day" with Bill Murray.
Yes.
Okay.
No, the song. No, the "Alone on Christmas Day," and then Bill
The
Murray.
movie has Bill Murray.
Bill Murray sang it with him.
And it was a Netflix Christmas movie.
A Netflix holiday special.
A holiday special. My apologies. In 2015.
Yeah, you.
I know. Not being very inclusion. I'm not being very inclusive. Inclusionary is the word I tried to use. I'm
However,
gonna say.
Go ahead.
No. Go for it.
I was gonna say Christmas is actually in the title though.
Christmas is in the title. A Netflix 2015 holiday special. I'm going to go with a very Stranger Things Christmas.
Oh my gosh, you're like right there. If you wouldn't just
really
don't screw around, take another part of the hint and the guess and add that into your answer.
A very Bill Murray Christmas.
I'll accept it. It's a very Murray Christmas.
I'm not taking that because I very obviously guessed wrong. But there you go. I didn't know that Phoenix wrote a song for that.
They didn't write a song. They covered a Beach Boys song.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. You said that.
Yeah, I did say that. You better listen better.
Unlike
the name of my song in my soundtracks songs. All right, here we go. This is going to go great. I believe in you on this one, Waffles.
Okay, here we go.
1901. You know their song, 1901?
Totally.
It was used during Super Bowl 45 to feature this team from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
The Packers.
You got it.
I'm a sports guy. So, I love the sports.
All of them. All
of them. Did you actually know that the Houston Astros won the World Series?
That is incredible.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's wild.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Last one.
Okay.
You're at 7 technically?
I'm at 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phoenix was the musical guest on the April 4, 2009 episode of SNL.
Yes.
With this guest host who was promoting his film Observe and Report.
Observe and Report had Seth Rogen in it.
You got it.
Hey! I got my 8.
I wouldn't have got that.
I got my 8.
I wouldn't have known that one. That was very good.
You had to think of who is the worst comedy actor from the late 2000s? It was in every bad movie, but they're funny. Seth Rogen.
So I watched his monologue of that and preparing this list because I'm like, I need to give a hint in there. And I'm like, okay, usually when a guest goes on, they're promoting something. So I'm going to go listen to his monologue and see what film he's promoting. And sure enough, he mentions Observe and Report. And
that is so funny.
I never would have.
I never saw Observe and Report, so I couldn't tell you anything about it.
And then also Seth looks so young.
Yes.
It was crazy. He was very young looking.
I watched Superbad not super long ago, and it was he looks like a baby. It was crazy.
So young, yeah.
Good job on trivia today, dude.
Thank you.
Because I guarantee you knew that I would not be able to get many of those, but you helped me along.
I wouldn't be able to do it either. It
was a rough one. But hey, Phoenix is cool. All right, let's wrap up today's episode with our mixtape questions. We've just got 3 today, keeping it simple, keeping it sassy, keeping it simple. But I got some good ones for you. You ready, Stooge?
All right, I'm ready for you.
What is the last song you listened to and cried?
So this is easy for me because I already talked about it kind of earlier. Iridescent by Linkin Park.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just it's a very powerful song. I don't know if you've listened to it lately.
I certainly have.
Very powerful, and it's got a children's choir in there and lots of just great elements of music added to. I don't know how to better describe it, but yeah, if you haven't listened to that song lately, go check it out. It's on 1,000 Suns by Linkin Park, the album. So
show some vulnerability, Stooge. When was it that you cried?
It's been within the last quarter.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That I cried to that song, or that I've cried?
No, to that song.
Okay,
we don't need to. Yeah. Okay, there you go. I cried to a song almost every day, so this was not hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
And my answer was "Wake Me Up When September Ends" by Green Day. I listened to it yesterday and started crying. So there you go. Because it is a sad freaking song.
A sad song.
It's a sad song about Billy Joe Armstrong's dad dying and
Oh,
how he hates fall because it reminds him of his dad, and
oh,
that makes me
gotcha,
sad. Yeah,
gotcha.
that's one of those things. I'll be one of those guys when people do that whole meme about like, I hate this month. Wake me up when September ends, and it's like, he wrote that about his dead dad. So, yeah. Okay, next one. If you could sing karaoke to one song with complete tone and perfection, what song would that be?
I'm going with "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen,
Oh, that would be
because
so
as we
good.
know, perfect tone and perfection.
You've got it.
Freddie Mercury, no one
Yep.
can touch him. So if I would be able to, do that vocally, that'd be
Yep.
pretty amazing. And it gets the people going.
It's a great song.
Yeah,
Have you looked on Queen's Spotify lately how many streams that song alone has?
probably all the streams.
It's past like 1 billion, 5 million, something like that. It was wild.
Yeah,
Good
it's
for
a
them.
great song. Yeah,
It's a great song.
yeah.
My answer for this, because I took this to be like, what song could you just do perfectly? And this is embarrassing, but my answer is S&M by Rihanna, because that song is catchy as fetch.
How does it go?
Because I may be bad, but I'm perfectly good at it. Sex in the air, I don't care. I love the smell of it. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but chains and whips excite me. It's a great song. Catchy as all get up.
Not familiar with it.
You would love it. We'll put it on the playlist. Anyway, when that song came out, I listened to it like 1,000 times right in a row because I was like, can't get it out of my head. So I could have that easy. Plus, like, the kids don't want to hear a death metal song at karaoke. They want to hear Rihanna. Mm-hmm. So bringing the family together.
Yep.
Last question. Favorite song from a movie soundtrack?
Oh,
that's a toughie.
Actually wasn't. It was pretty easy for me.
Okay.
So I would like original one too, and I'm kind of jealous that this band doesn't exist in real life. But I went with Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I'm going "We Are Sex Bomb" by Sex Bomb.
Beautiful song.
Such a kick-ass. Like, I wish that band I would listen to the hell out of that band. Just how crunchy the guitars are and just how much energy that has. I would.
Yep.
So good.
Garbage Truck by Sex Bomb is a great song too.
Yeah, they're all good.
It's so funny to say that because my like knee-jerk reaction was Scott Pilgrim too, but I didn't go with it. Dang it. Scott Pilgrim's a bomb. Scott Pilgrim's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
My favorite.
Thank you, Edgar Wright.
Rest in peace, Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim died?
He did. Well, he got an extra life. Anyway, my favorite movie soundtrack song, this is so pathetic, but like it was the one I'm like passionate about. This one is from Shrek 2, and it's the song "Accidentally in Love" by the Counting Crows, because that song is so fun. And Shrek 2 is a perfect work of art. Like in the Smithsonian in 100 years, they're gonna have like the Mona Lisa. They're gonna have something by
the Statue of David.
They're gonna have Andy Warhol's soup can, and then next to that, they're just gonna have Shrek 2 playing on a screen all the time for the people to enjoy because it's just perfect.
Just when they play that song though, the Counting Crows though.
We're accidentally in love.
Yeah, that and Smash Mouth.
Oh, for sure, dude. Do you know what's? I don't think a lot of people know this. Smash Mouth wrote that song for the movie Mystery Men, but Mystery Men wasn't very big. And then Shrek came out, and that's all we know that song for now. So,
yeah,
that part where Shrek kicks the outhouse door open to "Somebody Once." That's so perfect. Shrek is a cultural reset. I think that like none of us really knew who we were until Shrek came out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shrek 2, I saw that movie in theaters in Korea.
Yeah, do you realize how old Shrek is?
That's pretty
Shrek's old. There are people. Go for it.
It's old enough to where there's a line in the first one where they're singing about Robin Hood, and there's a line where they say "and word on the street as he likes to get," and it's supposed to rhyme with it's got an aid rhyme, and it kind of hints that it's going to laid.
That
word on the street as he likes to get laid, but he interjects before they say that and says paid.
That's right.
And me's like clutching my pearls. Oh my goodness, they're saying this in a children's
movie. Yeah. Like, do you realize that there are people that are having kids right now, and the people that are having kids were not born when Shrek came out?
Yeah, I believe
that's upsetting. They themselves never did a report in school about how a donkey and a dragon had babies. That's insane. Like, that's wild to me that they didn't do that. Did they even grow up?
The babies?
I don't know. Did they? Frozen in time,
no
perhaps? Yeah, I don't either. We need an update. Anyway, Shrek 2 is a great movie. You guys should watch it. We should.
I mean, you could
do a screening of Shrek 2 for the Deadwax show, and it's just us watching it.
You have all the songs too. It's you go Counting Crows when you like. Yes. I thought maybe you were gonna go with My Heart Will Go On, or I Will Always Love You. Some of those like songs are inseparable from the movie itself.
Yeah, but like those are old.
Like what? Like not even by 10 years more.
Titanic
might have came out around the same
on
time.
Anything? Any of the streaming services?
Probably HBO. I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna look into
sure
this.
You can find it.
I'm probably gonna watch it this afternoon.
You're gonna watch Shrek or Shrek 2?
Probably both.
We're powering through Stranger Things again in my house.
Are you? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You are like Papa.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. I actually got my middle child, Violet. She's 9. She's always kind of been in. She watches everything with me. She's my like my kind of my homie, my ride or die when we.
She's Little Stooge for sure.
She is Little Stooge. So like anytime like she loves watching Goldbergs with me. We'll sit there and she'll always be kind of down to watch whatever as long as it's not like crazy violent or growing up. Grace, my oldest, who's 12, almost 12, tends to kind of hang out in her room more. She's getting older, privacy. Yeah. Anyways, she actually came down and watched all of the last season with us, and we're watching the next one now, and she's actually into it now too. So
heck yeah, man! Do you realize the good you've done for the world with Stranger Things? You get all the people to watch it. They need to send you. They need to send you like a box of stuff or something like that.
Oh yeah, but who do you mean by they? Like Netflix?
Netflix, Millie Bobby Brown.
I got one more person to watch their show that has billions of views.
Exactly.
They
should send you a box. Finn Wolfhard should deliver it to you directly.
Which one is he? Is he Jonathan?
He's Mike.
Oh, he's Mike.
Yeah, you are like Papa. Oh my gosh.
Going back through it again, I didn't realize how big of a jerk Mike's character is to freaking.
Yes, to Will.
He's just like to Hopper, in general.
Oh, totally.
Now we're becoming like a Stranger Things.
I know, we need to. Our last 2 weeks, we've had a significant amount of the episode about Stranger Things. Anyway, so there you go. There's our answers to our little mixtape questions. As always, we will update the Deadwax playlist, weekly playlist on Spotify and Apple Music to include all the songs we mentioned in the mixtape playlist, soundtrack of our lives, some of our pickup songs, all that stuff. So get ready for some playlisteries.
Here it comes. You can't hide. Gonna find you.
Is that Dolly Parton?
Yep.
Sick.
Dolly Parton and Conway Twitty.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. Stooge, any last thoughts for today's episode for the people?
I do have one last thought for the people.
I'm ready. Okay.
This weekend, our good friend Brian at Rustic Records dropped a whole crap ton of new titles in the Rustic Records store. Yeah. And on top of that, he's also now carrying like turntables. So if you're in the field, like in the what is that, the field, not the field, you're in the
industry,
not the industry, when you're looking for something
out in the wild.
No, if you're in the need, if you're in the market for a new turntable, Rustic Records has got some of those as well. Plus, like I said, hundreds of titles to choose from. Everything from the Black Keys to the White Stripes. Plus lots of other stuff as well. He's got, for all the Swifties out there, because I know we got tons of Swifties listening.
Tons of them.
Statistically, 4 out of 5 people are Swiftie. So anyways,
absolutely.
He's got Taylor Swift stuff too. So just go check that thing out. His website, rusticrecordsonline.com. If you buy something, if you're not sure you want to buy something, if you use the discount code Stooge, actually save yourself 5% off your order, which
heck yeah, man.
Might be the tipping scale on whether you're going to decide to buy something or not. But
there you go.
Anyways, whether or not, if you go there, if you buy something, discount code Stooge, whether you're hesitant to pull the trigger or you're going to pull it anyways, use that discount code, save yourself 5%.
Stooge. Yeah, dude. Stooge.
Stooge.
Stooge. All aboard the Stooge
Wow.
train, dude.
Wow.
I love it. The Stooge train. That is so funny.
Anyways,
Along with Stooge talking about Rustic Records, you know who else we should talk about, Stooge?
Madonna.
The band Dr. Acula. They put
Oh.
out their album a couple weeks ago, and let me tell you, it's one of the best albums I've ever heard in my life. So if you like heavy metal and you like being crazy, listen to Dr. Acula. Doing our jobs.
Acula.
Yep. Very clever.
It's
Stooge,
music for lovers.
It's music for lovers. Talk about an anti-hero. It's Dr. Acula. Stooge, if anybody made it to this point of the episode, what's a word they should comment? On the
Vagina.
comments. Yikes. Yikes.
Why does that word upset you so much?
Because we're a family show. You know what? It shouldn't upset me. My apologies. There, half of the universe has
Quit
vaginas.
shaming the female genitalia. Okay.
Okay. My apologies.
Now we are
everybody.
obligated to use vagina as the word.
Yikes.
Support
Okay,
women's
great.
rights.
There you go. This episode is such a disaster. It's not even funny anymore. Oh, yikes.
But yet we're laughing.
And yet we're laughing. And that's what really makes the difference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're good to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Speaking
you should
of,
always wrap it up every time. Every day.
Yikes. My gosh. Did you listen to like a freaking a comedy special right before we recorded today? You're killing it.
Yeah, listen to what's the guy? Oh, what's that guy's name?
Amy Schumer. Yeah, she's not funny. She's not funny. Speaking of not funny, you should follow us on social media. We are at Deadwax Show on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you follow us there, that's where you'll be able to find what we're going to talk about, find links to our Deadwax weekly playlist, be able to find stuff about new episodes. Follow us on social media because it's even worse there than it is on here. And our personal handles are right here below us. So if you want to follow us as well, we're fun. We're fun people to follow. So give us a follow. Stooge, any last words?
No, let's wrap it up.
You should always wrap it up. Thank you to anybody who made it this far. Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that listens to us. Thank you for anybody that still listens to us, even if you hate us and think we're ridiculous. We appreciate the hate. We appreciate you. Yep. That's why
just hate watching now.
That's why I said it, because I'm guaranteed that we've lost any love we had. Thank you, everybody. And we really, really appreciate you all. Please continue to be nice to each other. Listen to good music. Eat Taco Bell as often as you can. And get out of the groove. And get into the Deadwax. Goodbye, everybody. I tried throwing the cards. It didn't go well.